Let's go.
Not you got this.
Huh?
You got this.
Yeah?
Now let me see you.
What's up, YouTube? My name is Sutton Haye, and this is part 1 of my Fix Your Deadlift series. Just to clarify, this series is for people who have been trying to fix their form for some time and nothing else is helping. After all, if a well-produced video by Mark Bell, Chris Duffin, or Alan Thrall can help you fix your problem, then you don't need to be here. But, if nothing is working, and you're willing to do anything to stop hurting and start making progress, this video is for you. In this video, I'm going to explain some of the worst advice out there and why you should stop using it. I'm also going to explain how I started to fix my own form and what went into that. The first piece of bad advice is the most common. Some old guy in the gym will walk up and say, just drop the weight and work on your form, then work your way back up. See, what most people don't understand is that some people can't get into the correct position even with low or no weight. When I was at my worst, I couldn't pull the bare bar without my back rounding out. In other words, maybe you can't go low enough in weight to fix your problem. It just ignores what the real issue is. Now, the second piece of bad advice is to look up while you pull. A lot of younger athletes have this one drilled into their skulls by a coach. Simply, looking up will not straighten out your back. In fact, it'll make it worse, and I'll show you why in a bit. The final piece of bad advice is to drop your hips. Where do I start with this one? While getting your hips into a lower position does make it easier to use leg drive, it often puts you into a compromised position. The correct position is the bar over midfoot and directly under scapula, or shoulders. If I drop my hips any lower here, my shoulders would go behind the bar. But more than that, when you tell someone to drop their hips, what they most often do is curl their hips under. This bends the heck out of their lower back and ruins any brace that they had. These are the kind of cues that left me in a lot of pain. Now, of course, all of this advice works for some people. The important distinction is this. If your form is good and painless with light weight, but only breaks down when the weights go up, then you do need to drop the weight and work your way back up. But if you can't even get into the right position with a bare bar, none of these cues will help you. This was my problem, and I had it all my life. It's taken a lot of learning and work to fix it, but I did. I'll explain how, like this. I wasn't athletic at all growing up. In fact, I was pretty fat. While all my friends were outside learning how to play in their various sports, I was inside messing around with computers and eating too much. I sat or laid down most of every day. Instead of learning how to lift, I was beating oblivion on 640 by 480 with all the settings down and draw distance at 10 meters. What I didn't know was that my body was adapting to my habits. Hip flexors, abductors, adductors, and hamstrings all wasted away. Then, in my 8th grade year, I started a performance course with McKinney High. This was my first real experience with any athletic training. I really hated the running, but I liked the weights. I thought I could be good at that. Turns out not. The first week, I don't want to say his name, so I'm going to call him Coach Flocka. He showed everybody how to deadlift. His explanation was quick and confusing, and kind of bad looking back on it, but I was still all about it. So, I lined up to try 135. I looked up and dropped my hips and pulled it. It hurt, but I got it. Just for context, the lift looked something like this. Well, Coach Flocka saw what I did and made me move down to the bar with the skinny kids, which was 65 pounds. I couldn't do that one either, so he moved me down to a PVC pipe until I could do it right, and I still couldn't. And there I stayed. Me, the cripple, and that one girl for 4 weeks. See, my problem wasn't that the weight was too heavy. It's that I just wasn't capable and didn't know how to put my body into a good position. I wanted to fix this though. I would take the barbell at our house outside and have my little brother film me try and deadlift from the side on my iPod. I tweaked it little by little until I got it. I remember the moment when I was standing in my kitchen air deadlifting. Seriously, I did that. And I finally dropped into the right position. Mano Marco was defeated, and I was ready to keep going. The moral of this story is that constant drilling comes before everything else. You have to find out what weaknesses or inflexibilities are keeping you from starting in the right position and work on those. I'll also give you this while I work on the next video. The ability to touch your toes is very important for the proper position. Now, I couldn't touch my toes until I was 17 years old. I always thought it was tight hamstrings. Here's the secret. It's probably not your hamstrings. Work on your hip flexors and your adductors first. Well, that's it for now, everybody. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped, and hey, why not hit the like button and subscribe while you're here. See you Tuesday, everybody.